So I just came into the Earth Dome and I found the black widow. It's just here. It's just made a web between the bed and the table. Pretty sure it is because you can see there's a diamond on its bum, and that could really fucking hurt if it bites me, so I don't really know what to do right now. So how the hell did I end up here with a deadly spider in my room in the middle of the Mexican desert? It's a crazy story that started when I was in San Luis Potosí, the gateway city to the peyote, a psychedelic cactus that I wanted to learn more about. But when I arrived in the city, I found out my bank account had been cleared after making an online payment. I was stranded with no money and didn't know what to do. Then a Mexican friend of mine got me in contact with a friend of a friend who said I should come and check out this off-grid ranch in the mountains where I would stay for free. This friend gave me enough money to catch the bus. I had already been travelling all over Mexico using the first-class bus, which was modern, clean and safe, but on this occasion I had to change to a regional bus that went through a rural village. And this is when some kids threw a massive rock through the bus window, where a mother and child had been sitting. They caused some significant damage to the window, which was crumbling apart as the bus carried on its journey. Something like this can happen anywhere, but I have to say it was a little unsettling. After around 4 hours travelling, I arrived at the bus station, where I was picked up by a member of the eco community. The sun was beginning to set pretty rapidly, and I was shown to the Earth Dome where I was going to settle in for the night, and that's when things started to get a little hairy. So I'm in the Earth Dome, and I just wanted to show you there's quite a lot of spiders in here that I'm sharing my space with late at night. So if you were an arachnophobe, you would really hate it in here. And I'm wearing all black. I'm like a spider now. Hanging out with the spiders. Good thing I got a mosquito net, at least, as a barrier at night, because I might swallow one of these spiders, might walk into my mouth, or sting me and I'll never wake up. Or at least wake up with a swollen finger or some shit. That actually happened to me, I'm sure. It's the morning. I've just woken up from sleeping in this Earth Dome, and I've had all these dogs outside guarding me all night long. They're still sat here doing a bit of early morning sunbathing. It's a very peaceful night. It was quite cold and windy outside, but in the Earth Dome it was a nice even temperature. I even had the windows open because it got too hot. I'm just going to show you inside the Earth Dome. This is my bed, and here's a lovely little table with some plants and a window. And you can see around there's another window there. And there's another bedside table with a lamp and electricity plugs, so I can actually charge my devices, which is great. Here's the door. It's a nice little entranceway. So here I am in an Earth Dome, living the off-grid life again. You may have seen some of my videos before where I've been testing out this off-grid life. I don't know if you have. If you haven't, then you can check out my playlist. But it's interesting for sure, and I recommend anyone who's into it or interested in it to definitely experience it first, at least, before maybe diving in. Well, at least for me anyway, it's important to do it like this because I don't have the money to just fling down on a piece of land and start building a load of stuff and make the wrong decision. There is a very nitty-gritty side where things go wrong and things cost a lot and take a lot of your energy, and you can put a lot of effort into it all, and it drains you and you have no time to do, say, your creative projects because you're spending all day trying to live self-sufficiently. I've been learning at this ranch that it's quite a harsh environment here, right on the plateau of central Mexico. It's considered the semi-arid desert. The climate is super extreme, which allows for a lot of cactus to thrive here, and some of these cacti are protected. Some are more than 50 years old, and there's an abundance of history here with ancient artifacts like pieces of stone and crystals that were used for making tools when the Chichimeca native peoples inhabited this area.
It's been quite a lucky time to visit since there's been some rain and the wildflowers are in bloom. Despite it being such an arid place, it looks like a beautiful garden. This is really a testimony to the work that has been done here, since the owner has been building swales, which allows for the water to be captured and therefore more things are able to grow. One of the biggest challenges in this environment is growing vegetables, since the climate is very extreme. It can get super hot in the day and it can frost and get really cold at night. This is why they've created sunken greenhouses to allow the temperature to stay more consistent, just like with the earth dome I'm staying in. The principle is that it utilizes the thermodynamic properties of the earth. The thick layer of earth means when it's extremely hot, it doesn't scorch the vegetables, and when it's extremely cold outside, they do not frost. It creates a nice even temperature for vegetables to grow. Yesterday I got to look around the greenhouse and see all the veggies growing organically. The tomatoes were particularly good and sweet. They're at their peak right now, and I was able to make a beautiful veggie taco. I also noticed that they keep a few animals here, and I've been told they've been managed in a sustainable way, rotating them in different paddocks to avoid them eating all the vegetation. As a vegan, it's nice to be around happy goats and cows and see them living in a healthy and natural way. It's also amazing to see how much has been achieved here in the last 5 years, and I'm excited to go and have a look around with you and show you more of the property. Let's go.
So this is the view from the toilet where I was just sitting. I had the door open for some fresh air. There isn't really anyone around here to walk past or anything, so it was quite relaxing. Although I would have to say the thing was a little bit high. I was like on my tippy toes and it's not so comfortable. I feel like a lot of these kind of toilets are built by men and they're not right for my proportions. Also, they're just meant to normally do number 2. Number 1, you really should just pee outside, which is okay if you're a man. But if you're a woman, it's not actually that easy in this terrain because there's lots of small little cactus, lots of spiky things. There's rattlesnakes of all different kinds. There's apparently poisonous spiders as well. There's black widows. There was actually just a spider here. Look, he's coming to eat the stick insect. This is just going on the toilet. Fuck, I don't know how that spider's gonna eat that massive stick insect, but it looks like it's trying to find a way. But yeah, I think that spider's okay, but I did actually see a black widow, but one with a white diamondback, but apparently that one's still dangerous. I have seen a red back spider before, black widow, in Australia, which is where you kind of expect to see them. Apparently they don't normally like to go into where people live and stuff, but things bring them in, like a lot of rain or something. And the Earth Dome wasn't really inhabited until I turned up, and it was the day that I arrived that I saw it, and I remember looking at it and thinking, gosh, it's got a diamond back on it, but it's white, so I was a bit afraid to like do anything with it, but I was told maybe I should have just killed it. But I kind of ended up moving some stuff about and broke its web, and it kind of like went off. I think maybe it got the message, like some other people are using the space to stay out of the way. I hope. Maybe I'm still alive. That's the other Earth Dome over there. It's got a little solar panel outside connected to the electricity, which is cool. Little off-grid dwelling with beautiful surroundings. So here's the cactus that has these berries, and they're edible. They're like juicy blueberries but sweeter. It's just incredible. Spikes on this cactus, so you have to be careful when you're picking. This is how many I've managed to get so far. It isn't easy to pick them because of all the spikes. Some have been eaten or split open, but still they're very juicy and big, and some are dried out and more like raisins.
It's absolutely amazing. Like, I didn't know you could get berries from cactus. That's so cool. This is what it looks like inside. You see tiny little seeds and juicy. So eat the ones that are like more like raisins, that are more kind of crinkly, although this one's a bit soft. Maybe this one is a good example. See, it looks like a raisin. They also taste good when they're like that. I'm going to try the crinkly one now. It's more condensed. Ooh. More rich and has more depth, but different. I like them both. I like the fresh one and the crinkly one. Can you see it's flowering as well? How beautiful is that? These cactus down here right next to the berry cactus. These cactus actually have flowers that you can eat, but there's no flowers on them now. It's just full of berries. But it's quite relaxing to be out here picking. There's a lot of birds. I haven't seen any snakes or anything yet, but I'm keeping an eye out on the ground just in case. But there's a lot of spikes and you have to be careful as you're walking through. So that's it. That's about all I got. So I'm walking out here in the semi-arid desert in central Mexico. The sun is setting and I can't really see where I'm walking. There's lots of spiky cactus. I came out to see the sunset and it was really incredible by the dam. So yeah, it's basically the autumn equinox now and the season's changing and you can feel the wind coming in. It's pretty cold, but it's like dry cold, which I quite like. Smell in the air. I can smell this kind of citrusy lemon, but there isn't citrus trees. It's a type of flower, like it's like an essential oil type of smell. Yerba de perro, which is dog's weed. It smells gorgeous. So that's it for this episode. If you want to stay up to date with my off-grid adventures, make sure to hit the subscribe button with the bell and press all. If you're interested in starting a community or making connections, make sure to check out my Telegram channel or my mail list where I'll be updating you on more information on that kind of stuff. Thanks for watching. Until next time.